It has been 15 years. Yes, 15 years since we got the release of College Basketball 10. The release date was November 17th, 2009. Just to put that in perspective, Avatar launched in theaters, The Hangover launched in theaters, and Instagram wasn't even out. The iPhones looked like this. They were called the 3GS. The 2009 top songs featuring Black Eyed Peas, Flo Rida, that's what it looked like. So it's been a while since College Basketball 10. And when I mean a while, I mean a while. Now let's get into the game. What exactly do we know already? Well, College Basketball, the new one, is not going to be releasing until 2028. Yeah, 2028. It's going to be a little while. Chris Vanini reported it. Matt Brown, whatever. But we also do know that women's basketball will be coming to the college basketball game. So if you are a women's basketball fan, you're welcome. But we knew this news was going to be inevitable after College Football 25 came out. You know, we knew the basketball. We knew we were going to get the basketball game. It was just more of a matter of when. It's not even official that it's coming out in 2028. That's just the estimate. But the first one point I want to say that needs to be added in the college basketball game is the arenas. Make sure we're obviously gonna have our Power 5 arenas. We're gonna have Allen Fieldhouse or Mackey's, but we need the Mississippi Valley State arenas, for obvious reasons. We need the Prairie View A&M arenas, and then we obviously need the Tennessee Tech Golden Eagles arena, which actually looks pretty sick if you see that photo. Now, we also are going to need some accurate crowds. College Football 25 did a pretty solid job of doing this, but let's try and make it ultra realistic. I don't know how many people are going to a Mississippi Valley State basketball game on a Monday, but look at this though. Temple, no matter how much free pizza or free shirts you give out, Temple is not packing out Eagle Stadium like that. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? So let's make sure that our crowds are, at least semi-realistic. And then we're going to need accurate bracketology. College basketball, what's great about it is it has so many rankings. One being the net, which gets questioned a lot. But you got your quad 1, your quad 2, your quad 3, your quad 4 wins. If you're not familiar with college basketball, that's huge. You also have your Ken Palm rankings, which is just a guy, Ken Palmer. He's a mathematician, and he does all these calculations. But also, I think in the game we're going to need, maybe you're playing mid-season. You need to know where you're at. Are you the last 4 in? Are you a bubble team? So that needs to be in there. NCAA Basketball 10 had the selection show, so we need to keep that one in. So that's one feature. Another feature that I didn't really put in text is I think we should have social media. I want to hear what the fucker Andy Katz has to say about my fucking team. You know what I mean? We also should be able to see a Greg X Gold TikTok every now and then. Go follow. Another important part that I think we're going to need in a college basketball game is Feast Week. Feast Week is, the second to March Madness for college basketball. And if you're not familiar, you got your Maui Invitational. You got your Battle for Atlantis. You got, the Players Era, the new one, the NIL tournament. That one's supposed to be a pre-March Madness, November Madness kind of thing with 32 teams in it. So it needs to have, I don't know if they're going to do those arenas, but I hope to God that they have those arenas in, because that would kill away from the Feast Week, vibes. And then another thing, we need March Madness. March Madness needs to be perfect. Seeing your favorite team lose on a buzzer beater live and in person, that sucks. But, it's also the great thing about March Madness. I don't know how they're going to do it with the courts, though. Are they going to have just their football stadiums imported from, Madden, and they're just going to, slap a court in the middle, which they do for the Final Four? Another thing, we don't need an NCAA expansion. So hopefully by 2028, we don't get a tournament expansion. We need March Madness in this game to be perfect. It shouldn't be just like a regular January basketball game. There's got to be some sort of element that differs from just a regular, January game. And now this game's taken 3 years to make. So I better have my Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils arena in there, or else I'll be pissed. Another one, my player experience. You got to have a good road to glory. NCAA 25, they always did a pretty solid job with road to glory, NCAA 14. But we want to be a shifty guard in March Madness. We want to be that white guy who sits in the corner and just chucks up threes. There needs to be a lit road to glory, because I'm trying to take my team, Chicago State, as a 5-star, passing up on Blue Bloods and passing up on millions of dollars just to go to Chicago State. That better be a fucking aspect in the game, because, who doesn't want to, go to Chicago State over, UNC or Kansas. But we're finally getting this game, so let me know if I missed anything. Put it down in the comments. What do you want to see if I missed it? And peace.